We didn't really set out to define hopes or goals or anything like that. It's like kids, really. We just wanted to go and ride our bikes.
Hey, we're in Istanbul. It's where east meets west. We're sort of halfway between Europe and Asia. This is the Blue Mosque. It's cold, and this is where our journey is going to begin.
East.
Istanbul, man, it's unfriendly. That's why.
Not a pleasant place to be. No, actually it's pretty cool.
It is cool.
I actually met Sam in India. We were both backpacking around, and I think we ran into each other 3 times, but each of us can only remember 2 of those times. We shared a passion for enormous desserts. We did plan to meet in Italy, and that's it. I'm amazed that he was there when I turned up, because we didn't even speak on the phone or anything. I hadn't seen each other for years.
We're going out there, in a way. Yeah, it's got to be pretty remote. Not a lot of chance of help if something goes wrong.
Of course, a big physical challenge to come. There's lots of mountains to be crossed, and definitely like nothing I've ever done before. So only the next couple of months will tell. Go directly and turn right. You will see traffic lights and go opposite. Go directly.
Cool.
Who says east?
Anyone know where we're going? We met Felix in a hostel in Istanbul.
We needed the map to look at. Big street.
After you. Maybe he was just sick of traveling on his own, I don't know. He decided to sort of change it up and come east with us. So that's how the 3 of us sort of got together. Baghdad? He says go left, but do we go left in half a mile or 2 miles? Or?
Yeah.
We took a wrong turn, and then we thought we'd try this little shortcut, which turned out to be a pretty poor decision, I think.
So it's now about 6 o'clock, and we think we finally arrived. We've made about 20 k's today through Istanbul, and we're stuffed.
You never stop exploring.
That's right.
Yeah, don't do it.
And what are you doing now?
I'm thanks. Sort of slowing down my exploration at the moment.
Cyclists got to eat. So it's the so-called sink wash. It's an easy way to wash your clothes without the use of a machine or anything.
Homemade repairs.
Calling it a journey into the unknown seems like a bit of a cliche, I guess, but I don't know of any other better way to say it, because that's exactly what it was to us. We really didn't know what we were going to find when we got there, and that's really, that's a big part of what drove me anyway.
Leaving Istanbul?
In the rain.
Yeah. Not Sam's decision.
It's not too late, guys. We can still turn back. Disaster struck.
So I was just coming up this hill, and pop, chain's gone. Fell off the bike, sort of. And so the wonderful new chain is far too long, and I now have to find that little quick release bit.
I am hungry, wet and miserable. How about you guys?
at least 2 of those 3. Yeah, that's one well-fitted chain. Just to do something different, you know, and just break out of that kind of routine that a lot of people find themselves in, and see the world. Now let's play.
Ben and Sam I met in Istanbul in a hostel, and I was planning to do a bit more cycling and go somewhere else, and then they were going east across Turkey, so they offered that I should come with them, and I took them up on it.
Good.
Siz saçma. İp al da yolda çekersiniz birbirinizi. Bak ip alacak mı? Birbirinizi çekersiniz. Kalırsınız yolda.
Sounds funny.
Riding? You want to do that? Yeah? Yeah?
Whoa!
Nice! What are you doing?
Harder than it looks.
It's alright. Is that blood?
It looks like blood.
Oh, mine's pink. Oh yeah, that's blood. I'll take the other end.
What's it for?
For the bandana on my head.
New bandana. Fresh from the rubbish heap.
Freegan.
That's how we roll.
Yeah, 20 k's out of town, flat tire. Don't know what the problem is, but possibly defective rim.
Time will tell.
Tough times, man. Please not film this amateur stuff.
Film everything.
It looks nice, right? So we've got a couple of beers and we're going to go see if we can find somewhere to camp.
Maybe we can push to this green bit, and then one of us can run up and check out the other side. So at least we can savage here if we want to. Sound good? Just have to get over these boulders.
Take my hand, walk by my side.
Is where it ends. So I don't think we're going to be going any further this way. But the good news is we found ourselves a beautiful little camp spot just over here. Black Sea, let's try it out. Woohoo! I think in the last 2 weeks we've camped probably 12 nights out of 14, and one of the things that we need to do is wash our stuff at any opportunity.
Black Sea provides. It's cooking water, cleaning water, washing water. It's a natural resource for us. Infinite.
So we're having some problems with visa issues and some other stuff. Indecisiveness, yeah. We know from experience that a good way to work through these is to smoke a shisha. So that's what we're going to do now.
Later, we're walking down the same street, and everything has changed.
You know, we all became really fast friends. If you're anything like me, I think it really helps to have someone to ride with. Obviously you have good days and bad days, and the good days are amazing and the bad days just make you want to die.
So we've turned into proper slack packers today. We caught an overnight bus, which was not as bad as it could have been. And we're just sort of lounging around waiting for the Iranian consulate to open, because Sam's going to ask them very nicely if he can visit their country. In the meantime, just sleeping in a park, like normal backpackers do all the time.
I was just really keen to press on and get into Central Asia, because that's somewhere I'd always wanted to go. He was going to apply for his visa for Iran, and you know, maybe we'd meet up later or maybe not, but it's just what he really wanted to do. So we've left Sam back in a town called Trabzon. He's waiting for a visa for Iran, which hopefully he'll get. And we're heading northeast.
Yeah.
On a plane. We're catching a plane.
To Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan, hopefully tonight.
Just getting ready for our Bishkek flight tonight. Apparently a bicycle is a bit too pointy on its own, so cling wrap is the answer. And, we're just getting all wrapped up and ready to throw these on the plane.
The potato market of Bishkek. We just flew in and cycled into town, and now we're looking for our hostel. And over there are some mountains.
Pretty much the first thing we did when we got to Kyrgyzstan was climb this mountain, Uchitel Peak.
Just trekked up from Bishkek into the northern Tian Shan mountains. Pretty good thing to say. So we've been in Kyrgyzstan 2 days, and here we are in the base of some glacier, and hopefully in the next day or two we'll be heading up to a peak. How's it going?
Yeah, good, man.
It's pretty nice, huh? That's the way.
Wow, there's the crew.
Yeah. What do you reckon our altitude is?
I don't know, maybe just under 4.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, beating all these people. Is it the same route? Up, same, down? So, I must just getting some water to
filter so we can get a drink for the first time in a couple of hours.
That'll be nice. Whee. Yeah, that's it. Old school.
T-shirt.
Beautiful.
Clean as.
Bit of iodine. Now we wait. We missed the last bus back to town, so we were staying overnight at the sort of bottom of the national park there, and got talking to these locals.
Australian nectar.
Partying hard, you know. So we had dinner with them and had some of their terrible cigarettes.
This tastes exactly like sheep.
It is sheep fat. It's good.
So drunk.
We're all a bit worse for wear the next day, that's for sure.
Some high pass in Kyrgyzstan, and the last 10 k's or so have all been this horrible dirt corrugated kind of road. I think we're pretty much decided that riding in the back of trucks is the best way to cycle tour.
Much easier.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So we've just come down to a town called Chayek, and we're planning to cross west down and then through to Osh. And we've been told this area is closed due to too much snow. So what we're going to do is shortcut down a dirt road and then a footpath over a 3,000 metre pass to this closed off area and see if we can ride that, because it's a bit shorter and looks like more fun. And So we just showed the map to a guy in the shop, and he seemed very worried and scared about the route we were going to take, but he said we'd be strong, so.
Been riding up this valley all day, hoping to find an open pass. We're still not there. We've been going all day, and we're probably, what do you reckon, 2,500 meters now?
Yeah, I think so.
It's pretty cold, and so we're squatting this little shed. Doesn't seem to be anyone about to care. Just going to make some dinner, have an early night, and try and go for the pass in the morning. Just woken up in our little squat, and it's raining and cold. You can't really see anything. So we were hoping to ride a little bit further and find this pass, see if it was actually passable or not. But we're not sure if we're even going to be able to see it now. Might have to turn around. Looks like we might have lost this one.
Yeah. Plus we're running out of food and fuel as well.
That's true. Nothing to eat. And so we're just going to ride a little bit further and just see if we can see something.
So the weather's closed in, and we've come to as far as we can get.
is what it looks like. Doesn't look like we're going to be getting much further this way, so although we have come up with a lot of weird ass schemes to try and tell ourselves it's not over, it looks like it is.
Yeah. The track is very steep and muddy, and we're running out of food. We maybe have a day's food left. We don't, yeah, maybe. And we're not sure if this is the track either.
And we're not sure if this is the track. So we're going to retreat, go back down the whole valley the way we've come, and just try and hitch a ride out of here. Yeah. Win some, lose some. So on our way back down from the glorious defeat of this mountain pass, still pretty much miles from nowhere. First flat tire of the trip. So Felix has gone on ahead. No way to let him know. I've just got to sit here and fix it really, before I can go any further. Slow going with such a small pump. So that's done. Felix just came up the valley calling out to me, probably thinking that I'd broken my leg or something. But it's all good now, so I'm just going to head back down.
Take my hand, walk by my side. I'll meet you in the morning light. Hold my soul. Break my heart, don't leave it cold.
Looks like we got some company.
Our once peaceful Sauvage. Just called a lift with a truck driver, and we're heading down to Osh. I think we've got another probably 4 or 5 hours driving ahead of us on these roads.
Scenery's alright, huh?
Yeah, spectacular mountains just all around us. Getting a tyre replaced on my bike. We developed an odd bump and it wore right through the tyre wall, almost to the tube. So just riding into Osh, we quickly found this place with bikes and we're getting a new tyre. 10 minutes, easy job.
Minutes after Felix's tyre got replaced, I've just had a blowout at the rear. Another new tyre, that's 2 in one day and 2 in about half an hour.
Catching a ride with a friend we met to get out of Osh on this old truck which is just broken down. See what happens. Get there eventually.
This guy just pulled up and he's like, "Tonight, you'll be my guests." He took us to his place. I suspect he ordered his wife to make a feast for us.
Benjamin Maclean.
Yeah.
Babylon.
Yeah.
Yes. Баткенский область, Кадамжарский район, села Халмион.
Just tried to communicate.
Села Халмион.
Neither of us spoke the other's language very well.
Мурахмеджанов Кабильджон. Good.
Good.
Австралия. Гость поеду.
Yeah.
Yes. Мой сын Кабильджон. Мой сын. Старший, самый старший. Кабильджон. Это плов по-узбекски. Ош.
Yeah.
I can't believe you did it.
No.
Yeah, it's good.
Закуска.
Oh wow, that's spicy, yes.
Блять.
These are the things you learn
Евро.
at age.
No, I still go for
Американский.
it.
Benjamin. Maclean.
Maclean.
Dadam benim koyda enizler doyuzdu kuzular doptelindir. Dadam aydı, dadam aydı.
Bayılacağız. Ada kulit cabai ini.
Kami ya. Ya. Kami ya. Hidup orang.
Ada yang kulit. Cuma lihat terakhir.
Melihat dia dah. Tiket ada.
Amin, syurga.
Anak am.
Ada jam ada.
Mana kaya? Mana sana?
Cuma.
Dalam dia kota kaya tu boleh tak?
Şunu bir. Çekeceğim mi?
Haydi seladı.
Aparatı.
Hı?
Anlattı mı şimdi?
Öyle yaptı.
Arida, my same coil.
The only problem that we found with accepting this sort of overnight hospitality is that people get up really early in the morning.
We're too close. It's hard to say. Probably not. It's the 25th of May. 26th of May, about 3 p.m. Might be the last thing you ever see or hear from us, because we're about to go through the Shah Tunnel in Tajikistan. And I think it's about 2.5 k's long, and I don't think there's a bike lane. Be nice. It would be nice. There's never a bike lane.
So we're just flying down this hill in Tajikistan, as you do. You know, top gear, just pushing the pedals, making a really good time. And then I don't know exactly what happened.
So I was coming down this hill in top gear, full speed, and all of a sudden my rim busted and then locked up, and so I hit the deck hard.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You alright?
Just some scratches.
Quite.
Cool.
He didn't realise that he'd done that much damage at the start. He was just really sore. He had some cuts and bruises and that. I walked down the road and stuck my thumb out, and thankfully a truck driver pulled over for us.
How bad do you think it is?
I don't know. I'm worried it's bad, to not be able to ride on it for at least a couple of weeks or longer. So we're just here waiting in the hotel room, and I'm just trying to take as many drugs as possible so I can get to sleep tonight. To try and get through this horrible pain.
So there is
result was it's not broken, but I've separated my ulnar and radius bones in my arm. So it's 10 days in the cast and 10 days until I can ride. So what we're planning to do is split up here, and Ben is going to cycle up along towards Korog, and I'm going to hitch back towards Dushanbe and then hitch along the main highway to Korog. And hopefully we'll meet up in less than 10 days in Korog.
I'm anticipating the biggest challenge tonight being the fact that I have to cook for myself for the first time. To be honest, I'm pretty shit in the kitchen. But let's see what we've got. Managed to get fresh tomatoes, some sort of tomato paste stuff, and I'm hoping to find some pasta in here. This isn't my pot. Oh, pasta. I think I should be able to manage. Ooh, apricot.
Hello.
How much dengue?
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Yeah. This.
Shampoo. Yeah?
Just give me less. This much. No help. Take. Just tried to buy some apricots off a kid. He wanted 5 som. I only had 3. And frankly, I don't really want to carry around a kilo of apricots. They're just going to go off in the sun. In the end, I get no apricots and he gets no som. Bit sad because it's hot and I'm hungry. You can hack it off with this.
No scissors?
It does have scissors.
Oh. Oh, they are pretty small.
I told you they were small. But you had to give it a go. Maybe they're better for cleaning it up.
Yeah, they need trimmings. Yeah, easy.
I've just taken off my cast. It's been 7 days, and it's not feeling too good. The worry is that I've cracked a scaphoid bone in my wrist, which is just in the base there, and that usually doesn't show up on initial X-ray. So it's quite sore where it. Yeah, maybe, and it's quite sore in movement. So I'll get an X-ray tomorrow, and hopefully that's all good, but it'll be good to check it out.
Consultant looks at it, you know, they talk to each other and stroke their chins for a bit, and the doctor turns to him and says, "Don't worry, it's definitely not broken, you'll be fine." And Felix points to it and says, "Hang on, what's this line here? That doesn't look right."
My scaphoid hand did end up being broken, so that's the end of my cycling trip. Got an X-ray, confirmed it was fucked. I'm going to catch a minibus and a couple other things up to Bishkek, and then plan to fly to India and then continue backpacking there for a couple of months while this heals.
End of another partnership on this trip. Where's it going to end? So I'm going to stick to the plan and go alone. Hopefully it'll be alright. Easy to say.
Yeah, so this is it.
Bye.
Cool. Frankly, this is a ridiculous amount of stuff to take on a bicycle, but it's what I've got, including about a week's worth of food. So at least it'll get lighter as I go on. Bit of a parting joke from Felix, I think. I've got an unbelievable amount of baggage for this next part of the trip, mainly because I'm carrying a week's worth of food and a water filter, blah blah blah. And he's left me a watermelon. Don't think I'll be carrying that, but thanks anyway, mate.
Drinking water, just like that. It's pretty good. Basically, if you see it, you can drink it. If you can be bothered to do all the pumping, it's actually quite hard work.
The Pamir highways are really amazing. It's actually an ancient route, trade route, part of what people call the Silk Road. It goes through this really high altitude desert, sort of threads through the Pamir Mountains between Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan.
Made it to the top. This is the price of entry to the Pamir Plateau, and it's 4,272 meters above sea level. Pretty cool. It's been a long afternoon, and probably be a pretty rough descent, I think, but it's not as far. This will be up on the plateau now. A lot of shadow from these mountains, and it's just getting really cold, so I had to kind of make the decision to stop, throw up the tent and sleep up here. At least, I was thinking, there won't be any wild animals up here, but now I'm not so sure. There were a heap of goats and cows being herded around up the road, so I guess animals come here as well. Well, fingers crossed. See if I'm still here in the morning. Just waking up after what was actually a pretty good night's sleep. Up with the sun, it's about 6:30, and it wasn't as cold as I thought. I'm wearing most of the things that I own, but given that, I was quite warm, which was nice. So yeah, so far so good on the Pamir. To go outside and see what's up. Looks like the sun's just about to come over the mountains, so timed it pretty perfectly. Okay, so it's still pretty cold outside, windy, but the sun's up, and I think I'm just going to skip breakfast and keep going down off this big hill. See if I can get some food at the next village or something. I don't have a lot of water left. It's nice in here though. Maybe I could just go back to sleep. Not so bad.
High altitude, you know, you suffer from headaches. You should be drinking much more than you're actually able to, because there isn't that much water around, and the water that there is probably like, you know, salt lakes and things like that. I had to filter a lot of water. I was still thirsty most of the time. Another fucking flat tire. Right in the middle of fuck nowhere. It's a bit of a shit day today actually. I haven't eaten yet, it's probably a bit after midday. Pretty much out of water. There's that big lake behind me, I know, but it's miles from the road. And there's just nothing here. And I was just thinking maybe I should just hitch a ride on a truck. And the truck went past and I thought, stick with it. Then literally 20 seconds later, bang, flat tire. Just kind of wondering why I'm here at all. The scenery is quite nice, but quite nice. Is it worth the effort? We've been through this kind of scenery in Kyrgyzstan, already in Tajikistan. It's supposed to be this big famous bike ride, but it's not that good really, at least so far. From that darkish mountain, small mountain right in the middle of the screen there, to where I am now, it's taken me 2 hours of just constant grinding away in low gear. And it's a tough day. When things are going well, I just be cruising, not really worrying about recording anything. The times when I feel like turning on the camera tended to be the times when I was pissed off about something. The thing that really kept me going was just every now and then I'd snap out of my mood and go, wow, I'm in the Pamir Mountains now. Bit of a crosswind and there's all these little tornadoes popping up. Probably hear what the headwind is like. You can barely cycle at all in this, but I think I'm within a couple of Ks of the border. So I came around the corner and found this shipping container, which I can't pitch my tent in, but that's okay. There's one door that's not locked. It's this weird little side room in the container. So decided just to make it my home for the night. Woke up this morning, looked out the door, snow everywhere. That explains the cold night. So yeah, I survived the night. That's about all I can say about it. Traveling, huh? It's good. Brings you to all sorts of places you never thought you'd go.
yesterday's difficult times, I ended up finding a pretty nice camp spot. Life wasn't so bad. Sorry about the outburst. Things just get to you a bit out here, you know? But today's a new day, aiming for the town of Murghab, which is about 70 k's away. The road at this point is pretty good, and I seem to have the wind at my back, so fingers crossed I'll get there. And I've heard there's a hotel that has comfortable beds, or relatively comfortable beds, and a hot shower. Welcome to Murghab. It's the biggest town in the area, and it's a little bit bleak. Just been walking around the back streets a bit, checking out the dogs and the homes. That's quite a nice afternoon for it, actually. Anyway, back to the main street now, so see if I can find the hotel again. Shouldn't be too hard, it's a small town. Having one of those days, kind of days that make you think about giving up, actually. Over there is Afghanistan, and on this side of the river is a really shithouse road in Tajikistan. Had a flat tire today, and it's just baking hot. Unbelievable. And every few minutes a truck comes past and throws up a big cloud of this horrible dust. So I've got that stuck all over me. Pretty thirsty, and no idea how far it is to the next town. Pretty low right now. It's about day 4 of my solo journey along the Tajik-Afghan border, and despite what I was whinging about the other day, it's going pretty well. I didn't really know what to expect from this part of the trip. Probably thought Afghanistan was going to be this sort of dry, barren desert full of smugglers, but look, it's really quite beautiful. Just camping here in southern Tajikistan, and a few minutes ago some boys from the Tajik border police, army, guys with guns turned up and told me that I had to move on. The reason they want me to move on is because, well, that is Afghanistan, and we're right on the border here. I guess they don't want any trouble. Then one of the guys pulls out a memory card and he's like, "Can we take pictures?" So I said, yeah, why not? So we took some pictures, and some pretty good pictures, I reckon. And in the end, they let me stay. They just said, don't have any lights on after dark and go first thing in the morning. Hopefully you won't get shot at. So hopefully I won't get shot at. After the Pamirs, I decided that I'd probably seen what I wanted to see, and I'd got out of the trip exactly what I wanted.
So I caught a flight to China, had a change of heart, jumped back on my bike for 2 weeks before having another change of heart and flying home finally. Unfortunately, Sam didn't get his visa for Iran. He ended up packing up his bike and backpacking. I talked to him in various places around the world. He's just a good traveler like that. I think he's planning another big trip in the near future though. Although we never really had any plans for the trip other than just to ride and see where we ended up, I had always wanted to visit the Pamir Mountains, so when Felix broke his arm, had to stop riding, I carried on alone. There was this awesome feeling of sort of loneliness and wonder at the same time. It was the first time I'd been really alone on the trip. There weren't many people around, there weren't many animals around. It was really an amazing feeling that's hard to describe. It turns out Felix had really done a number on his arm. In the end, he just had to go home for treatment and to let that recover, so unfortunately that was the end of the trip for him. I blame the old French bicycle. If anyone's watching this and wants a bit of adventure, the old French bicycle may still be in a hotel somewhere in Tajikistan. It's even got a new wheel after he broke the old one. So if you trust that, get on it. I'm looking at the big mountain ranges of the world and trying to figure some interesting routes through the mountains, just to recapture that feeling of being lost in a good way. Being lost on your own terms, quite a good way of putting it. There's nothing really quite like it.
Like'lamaya doymadınız, çağırdım da doymadınız. Gezmelere doymadınız, yağlamaya doymadınız. Like'lamaya doymadınız, çağırdım da doymadınız. Gezmelere doymadınız, yağlamaya doymadınız. Like'lamaya doymadınız, çağırdım.